Hey guys, I would say happy Monday, but it's Wednesday because I missed you on Monday. So I'm excited to share a project with you this morning with the fabulous Counting Sheep stamp set, which is one of the Sale-A-Bration choices. And I don't know where my celebration mini, oh, there it is. Look, there it is. These guys here. So today I'm going to show you a project that uses both the stamp set from Counting Sheep and the set of dies, the coordinating sheep dies, and the hand-penned designer series paper. So we're like a celebration bonanza today. And morning, guys. Angela and Aline and Tanya, Margie, Carol, the gang's all here. So the project that I'm going to show you is the same layout as one that I shared recently that was super popular. It just kind of exploded. And it was this BlackBerry card here, with the panels that open and the pieces inside and so forth. So one of the great things about this kind of fun fold layout with the triple fold is that it is a great way to show off multiple pieces. So the challenge accepted for today is to use every stamp in this stamp set. So it's not very often that I use every stamp in a set, but today we're gonna do it with this really fun card. So, hey Sue, all right, Jeanne, we got everybody, Lois, the gang's all here. Okay, I'm gonna flip my camera down and we are going to get started here. So, all right, I'll get you guys in frame. Sorry, when I use my camera stand for stuff over the weekend for other things, then sometimes it gets a little funky as far as what's in the view. So, all right, no problem though. Oops. Okay, not what I wanted either. Okay. All right. So let's see. You guys are a little closer than usual this morning, but we will sort it out. Okay. All right, so cardstock, sorry. Actually, I'm gonna move you up because I really can't see what's going on. There we go. Okay, much better. Cardstock and paper for this. The cutting size for your designer series paper is the thing that you're gonna wanna know, and these directions are on my blog from when I shared this card, and so you can check them up at lovenstamps.com under the blog. You're basically gonna cut your designer series paper to 5 inches by 11.5 inches, and then you're gonna score it. And the scoring is at 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 7 3/4. So you're gonna end up with this fun like Z-fold kind of shape, and you will have a base ready to go. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and mount this here. So this is the hand or beautifully penned paper, which is very similar in decor to some of the shapes that are in the catalog on the hand penned. Oh my goodness, is it Monday? Hand penned paper and sweet. And so if it looks familiar, that's why. But this is grayscale, which is always a fun way to showcase a really pretty pattern because the color doesn't take away from it. So then I've mounted this on a piece of cardstock. This is basic gray. And it is, let's see, it's a little bit less than the normal mat, which would be 5 1/4 by 4. So just shave a little extra off, like a little, not quite 1/8 of an inch to get this. And then this is a 1/4 sheet of balmy blue cardstock. And as always, the supplies are in the video description. So if you're watching on Facebook, you can click for that in the video description, or if you're watching on YouTube, it will also be in that little, there's a little caret at the bottom next to the title where you can get the video description. So, all right, let's get some of this stuff moved out of the way and centered here because we are gonna start creating. So I have my sheep here from Counting Sheep, and like I said, we're gonna use every single one of those. I'm going to stamp them all in Memento Black, which is hands down my favorite go-to black for clean, beautiful, true black line art. I don't know, back in the day, it was hard to get a true black. I'm kind of like way past that point now because I always use this one and it's always gorgeous. So then I'm gonna take my gray granite, and I'm just gonna use the lighter of these two. And I'm going to color, I think I had too much coffee this morning or something. This is like one of those commercials. You remember those commercials for, I think it was Folgers. We've replaced Meg's regular coffee with Folgers crystals. Let's see if she notices. So I think someone replaced my regular coffee with a 2X or 5X or something here. So yeah, Jenny says it's hump day. That's right. I don't know about you guys. We actually have fun stuff planned for this weekend. The marching band will play. It's the first home football game. It's kind of exciting to have those things going on. So, all right. Anyway, so you get the idea. And then I will show you the dies. So these are the coordinating dies. And in addition to these, there are a sun and balloons and clouds you'll see later, a little party hat, a little fence, lots of good possibilities for these. In fact, I have some ideas to show you. I'll show you one now. So this one is by Margot Richardson, and she used the fence on there. Sorry for the glare. She used the fence on there to make it look like the sheep are going over, which is always fun. And another one from Mary McNeely. These are from demonstrator card swaps that we do as a team. She used that fence there with more sheep. So anyway, these guys get die cut. They come out, and we have, try not to lose those, our sheep ready to go. All right, so now we need to figure out where we want to put our sheep. Sue says she forgot about that Folgers commercial. Well, I did too, until someone replaced my regular coffee this morning. All right, so we have our sheep, and we need to start putting them on our panels here. So for the front of our card, I'm using this. So if you've ever heard the term case, copy and share everything, it means to like take an idea and convert it to be, sometimes it means convert it to be something different. Sometimes it just means to copy a card like from the catalog or something that you see from one of my demonstrations. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and change up the colors as we go. So let's look at how to do that. I'm using a black and white and blue color scheme, so that's different. But I want this panel to be the same on the front. So I have cut a piece of, well, there we go, basic gray that's going to mimic this piece here on the front. And then to go with that, I'm not going to use the cork because it's not part of our color scheme here, but I have a piece of whisper white here, or basic white, sorry, that I'm going to add on here. So this is going to go on the front of our project, and we're going to go ahead and pop, where's our balloon holding sheep? He is going to come up here just like this. So to give him some place to stand though, because we don't want him to be floating, I'm going to go ahead and stamp some of this little grass down here at the bottom. Okay. Now I'm not gonna like try and go straight across in a line. I'm gonna kind of vary this placement. So if you try to go straight across in a line and you miss, it looks like an error. If you just kind of do some extra placement, then you're much more forgiven, I guess, if it ends up just a little bit off. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop some glue on the back here. And so I've got our white layer glued down, and then our sheep is gonna go here. So I said that there were some extra dies. So I have these cut here. So I have Sunshine here from Daffodil, and these are in the sheep set as one of the free things that you can get for Sale-A-Bration, the dies, and the balloon. So I've got those elements die cut here, and we're gonna get them ready to put on our card. Sue says the placement looks natural on the grass. Yeah, thanks, Sue. Really, yeah, oh my goodness. Somebody asked me recently, like, when you have to replace your plates, and the answer is, like, here's what mine look like. Totally not see-through. So really, there's no rush to replace them. If they crack, you should probably replace them. Okay, so our sheep is gonna go on here, and our grass placement is very organic. I want our Sunshine to go up here at the top, and then maybe our clouds here, and our balloon, which is going to be in our little sheepy hand. So let's go ahead and stick our balloon down first, and then we can kind of adjust things from there. So I'm gonna pop it down flat, and I'm not gonna bother to put adhesive under the string. It'll work fine like this. And then before I stick our sheep down, I wanna add a little party hat, because this is gonna be a Your Amazing birthday card. So I'm gonna pop this out of the way and go ahead and stamp my party hat in the background. Yes, I could have die cut it because there is a little party hat die in the set, but I didn't. So we're gonna kind of mix up the background a little. And then I'm gonna pop a couple Stampin' Dimensionals on our sheepy, and we're gonna decorate him at the very end. I'm gonna show you a really great trick for dressing up your sheep, so with some fun embellishments. So we'll come back to that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attach these. I think our sun will be popped up, so I'm gonna add a dimensional. I kind of like to mix up, and some things I dimensionalize, if that's a word, and some things I don't. So just kind of mixes things up. And I'm only putting glue on the part of our panel that is going to be attached here. So you don't wanna glue your clouds other places. All right, and then this is going to get centered here. Now, take a look at where the glue has to go so that you make sure you don't glue your card shut, okay? And multi-purpose liquid glue is a great choice for these. Seal Plus or Tear Tape would be the other alternatives, because you want this to be strong. And multi-purpose liquid glue is super strong. It just isn't instant. So I'm gonna pop that on there to just let it dry, and get some of our other sheepies out of the way. So our next panel of our card is also going to use one of these beautiful stitch rectangles. These are the stitch rectangles from Stitch So Sweetly, and I apologize for kind of the mess of my dies here, but they come in a variety of different sizes. And for this card, I'm using just this one here, so the second largest. And this is like a staple die set. As far as I'm concerned, this one is a must-have, because it's just such a great design element, and it fits with so many different things. So I have our basic gray cut here, and we're gonna add our next sheep to it. So let's go with this guy, and we're gonna have him pop kind of off the edge. And probably I should double check that placement before I just glue him down, because we're gonna open him up, and he's gonna be, I'll do it this way. He's gonna be page 2 here. Okay, and yes, the reason I can't stick him way out here, because he would be across the fold, so, but he's fine right there. All right, so I'm gonna move that because I don't wanna stamp on a piece that's moving, and I'm gonna give this guy a party hat too, so about like that, and I'll go ahead and stick him down there, okay. Let's see, maybe down a little bit. There we go. All right, and we'll be gentle with that because it's not dry yet. Okay, and so this is gonna be panel 2. So let's go ahead and put some glue on here. Depending on your placement, you might need to omit glue from that very far edge, because you don't want to have that pop out and glue your card shut again. Again, just big on not gluing your card shut. That's the goal with this one. All right, we're gonna need a greeting for the front here, but I wanted to get our sheepy in. And so then our last sheep is gonna go here on the inside, and I have one more of those Stitch So Sweetly rectangles, and he is going to fit there. And you guessed it, I think this guy needs a party hat too, right? So I'm going to stamp our party hat, and then we'll add our sheep here. Let's see. All right, I better stick this down first, so that then we can double check the placement again. So when you're using multi-purpose liquid glue, it's, if you can see the glue, it's enough. You don't have to use a ton. And let's put this guy on a Stampin' Dimensional. So I'm gonna pop one little dimensional on the back there, and then pop it at the bottom. Now we're gonna put a greeting on the inside here too. So let's talk about our greetings. I have a couple choices for paper, right? I could use the balmy blue again. I can use the Daffodil Delight again. I think this one's gonna be really tight to fit. Let me grab another scrap. I don't know about you guys, how you keep your scraps organized, but only need a little piece. So this is actually from my cardstock bin. And if you're looking for suggestions on how to organize your paper, I have a Maker Mornings with Meg, an early video that's Loven Stamp Studio Tour, where I talk about cardstock and how I organize my scraps so that I always have, look, exactly what I want at the right moment. So, okay, so we're gonna pop that out of the way. And let's do our greetings. So we have both You're Amazing and So Glad It's Your Birthday. And I feel like You're Amazing should be like sunshine on the front of our card. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp that one in on the Daffodil Delight. And then I'm gonna stamp the It's Your Birthday here on our Balmy Blue. And then I'm gonna trim. And when I use the, somebody just asked me about this the other day, the paper trimmer. I absolutely adore the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer for doing little detailed work like this because it's great. So all you have to do is, you know, put your finger here. There's a handle. Put your finger here and it will actually hold the cardstock so that you can cut exactly where you want. And it'll cut square because you have the stopper that you're lining up against. So you know that your elements are going to be straight if you've stamped them straight, or you have the clear holder here that makes it really easy to see through so that you can adjust the angle if you want to because you can see what's going on. So, all right. So bringing our card back in here. Oh, we still have to decorate our sheep. Need to not forget that. And let's put the You're Amazing. We want that to pop up because it is, you're amazing, right? I love this card for sending to somebody on a like special birthday or just, you know, to honor them and remind them that you're sending them a birthday card because you think they're amazing, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna take this So Glad It's Your Birthday and it's gonna pop inside like this. You could cut a banner tail if you want to. I did on this one, I cut a little banner tail, but I'm gonna leave this one flat. And I'm gonna pop some adhesive on the back. And then we're gonna decorate that sheep on the front so that you guys don't miss out on that. So check out the cool card, right? Really cute way to use all of those elements. And let's see, have I used all of the stamps? I did. I used all the stamps in the stamp set. So this, again, is one of the ones you can pick for free, and links are in the video description. If you don't understand Sale-A-Bration, there's also a link in the video description. It's really the best time of the Stampin' Year to shop or to host a party or to sign up as a demonstrator. So make sure you check that link out if you don't know about Sale-A-Bration. And let's decorate our sheep. So for our go-to on this, I'm actually going to use my Shimmery Crystal Effects, which kind of hides in my stamp drawer for a lot of the year. But when I pull it out, it is like the perfect thing. So as I'm applying this, I'm gonna kind of move in a circular motion, and it is going to give us kind of a woolly effect. And I'll show you a close-up dry here in a second. It has just a little bit of glitter in it, but not a lot. Mostly the glass comes from the clear like element that the paper or that the Shimmery Crystal Fix has. And here is, can you guys see that? I'm not sure how well it shows up on camera, but there's one of the cards that I shared early on with this stamp set and has that sheep there. So he's like tactile. You can, you know, touch the glossiness, and it's kind of fun. So there is another feature with Counting Sheep and the dies and the beautifully penned paper. Here is a sideways layout version, and you can see, like, since we're talking about casing cards and taking a design and making it over, these are the same design, just turns, right? And, you know, ribbon across the split. I used 2 different pieces of designer series paper. You don't have to go far astray to use a layout and make a kind of different looking card. So those are other ones that I've made. Speaking of split papers, here's one Natalie Travis did. So she used the hand-penned paper and she went ahead and colored the flowers. So here's kind of the paper uncolored and the paper colored, but she did the same thing where she cut this piece of designer series paper to 3 by 4 inches and then split off like, 3/4 of an inch, or I guess it's an inch at the bottom. Does that make sense? And then if you color the centers of those flowers, it really pops out the color. Okay, so there is our fun fold card. So you can see how that all comes together. You could add more shimmery crystal effects in the middle. This does take a little longer to dry. Yeah, it's not dry yet. Don't touch it. Don't test it to see if it's dry. It does take a little longer to dry. I maybe give it a good 10 minutes or so. So if you're doing those inside sheep, you could either gloss them up before you assemble your card, or you could just make sure things are dry before you go on to the next part. So, whew. All right, guys. Well, I hope that you have had a great week so far, that this will give you some ideas on some fun things to try with your stamps. And we are nearing the end of Sale-A-Bration. I know it's September 8th. So really there's like 2-3 weeks left in the month. But I don't know what the status of these products is. And Stampin' Up! Has said that the Sale-A-Bration items are while supplies last. So if you have these high on your list, actually the sheep dies, I think, are going to be pretty popular, and it's going to be the kind of thing that people are going to be looking for after Sale-A-Bration is over, and I'll have to say I'm sorry. So don't miss them. They may be available until the end of September as free items. They may be available less time if they end up running out of stock. So don't wait if you find these guys super darling the way I do. All right, guys. Kim, thanks. I'm glad you like them. And Sue says, practice with the shimmer sticks seems not to texturize. Oh, that is a really good question. Okay, so the secret on making them texturized, so you can kind of see how close can I get? There. So the secret to making it textured like that is that when I put it on, so here I'll do this in the middle of the air, it will be very fancy. What I do is I go around in circles. So I'm squeezing a little out and I'm swirling it on as I go. So usually when you use crystal effects, you don't want it to be swirly. Usually you try and get a beautiful glass, like perfect across. But that's the beauty of using it with these counting sheep, because what you want to do is you want to swirl it as you go. So I'm just moving in a little circular direction, kind of swirling it as I go, and that's what adds the texture to these. So Sue, I hope that is a helpful tip for you. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for watching. It was wonderful to see you on this Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday, and I will be back on Friday with more projects to share with you. So happy stamping. Have a great week.